What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Yeah, the Husky inner is always coming out. Hello and welcome into the Wednesday edition of Your Show. I am your host, Gary. This show, still as far as we know, the only one originating in Saskatoon to go live. Just saying it scares a lot of people. Going live, 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday. See, you hear that? Even Marge got a little scared there. Somebody got scared from your handsome whelp. Sorry, I'm revealing guests again. Thank you so much for allowing us to continue to be the voice of Saskatoon, to be hyper-local, and to just know that our message of wanting to make the world a better place, doing good things and having them happen to you, putting others before yourself, all these things that need to come back into this world. We can't do it without you, so thank you for being a huge, huge part of this. We also have a camera devoted to a puppy. This puppy is the most beautiful puppy, even after we take off 2 pounds of hair. After a lovely little brushing session, still the happiest. She even loves getting brushed. It's crazy. She's an angel in puppy form. Ladies and gentlemen, going live every time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have another roaming Maggie cam here. The AC was a real, here we go. That's good. Great. Well, but now she's going to nibble. She's going to be itchy. This is the Maggie cam. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. This is why talk shows always hesitate to have live animals on said shows. You never know what's going to happen. That's the back of her beautiful, beautiful head. And as you can see, normally she likes to lay on her bed here under the table, but now that we got this AC going, she likes to lie right in the middle of that AC. There it is. Oh, what's that? That's called that's a modeling move. Isn't it like the back shoulder look?
Oh, yeah.
She did a back shoulder look.
Got that look.
Hey, don't nibble. Don't. Stop it. You're going to get, she's going to sneeze. I've seen this song and dance before. The Maggie Cam, as always, right on cue, hey? As always, proudly brought to you by our great friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Margaret's boyfriend works as a green dog over there, and he's super cute. His name's Leroy. He walks you up to the till. And then once you're up there, it's either Rochelle or Mike that will help guide you through the greatest shopping experience of your life. I'm talking everything you need, and if they don't have it, they will order it for you. That's what they do. Incredible, incredible human beings. That's what we're all about around here, and they fit right into that category. Whether you're looking for treats, Tuesday Treat Day, they're on special. Okay, they got buckets of them all around the store. They got all the toys you can handle, from very small to giant toys, and they're so, so cool. They got outfits for you, so you can dress up your animal. They have all the lovely beds and crates and kennels and everything else you need. All the tools you need, everything. I say it all the time, but I say it because it's always true. If you're looking to change your dog's diet, they got the raw food right there in the fridge is at the back. They can help you get that set up. They also have the greatest cleaning station in the history of mankind. We're actually going to do a video, as Maggie has done a bunch for our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. Hey, what did we just tell you?
Not that kind of video.
Yes, come on. This isn't puppy fans over here. Let's chill out a little bit. Check out the cleaning station. We're going to have it on video for you so you can actually see how incredible it really, truly is. And so much more. They got every single thing that you will need. They're also open after hours and on weekends, thanks to Kirsten and Chris. I promise you, your life gets better the second you walk through those doors. At Pet Planet on 8th Street, they are your pet's natural grocer. Right on cue. We got an alarm. I would now like to say, because I made sure I had to put it in my phone, I turned it off now.
Oh.
That's my buddy Johnny Jasno. Very, very, very special happy anniversary to my sister Stacy and her lovely hubby Daryl, my bro D-Rock. 9 years.
That's excellent.
9 years.
Marriage? Or
yes, 9 years marriage.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
They're ahead of me. I'm approaching, sorry, I shouldn't be talking.
It's okay.
I am approaching 8.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's been
good for you guys. Congratulations.
Thank
you. You seem like a very happy guy.
Extremely happy, and my lovely wife Joy is a huge part of that.
Nice shout out. See, that's the way it's supposed to be. My sister and Daryl, same way. when you work together, you know, it really works. And that's, I think, what's most important. So to D-Rock and Stace, happy anniversary. I hope you have the best, most wonderful day. And do not forget our good friends over at Aquaman. They have underwater drone inspections, okay? As cool as they sound. They also do water management and supply, and they just recently have brought in fresh drinking water to reserves around this province. They are based out of Lloydminster, and we love our friends over at Aquaman. So again, happy anniversary, and go Aquaman, go. It is now time to introduce you to the guy beside me who was talking already. So you already know he's one of my favorite human beings in the history of planet Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Simon Hyatt.
Hello.
Oh, and the purple. The purple drop.
Oh, that was great.
For the berries.
Color coded.
Go, berries, go.
Yeah. I get
Very
to yell
excited.
that into a microphone and like make a couple thousand people echo me.
It's a crazy feeling, right? As one of the very few people that can say I know how that feels.
You know
doing
how
the rest
that feels.
stuff.
Oh, hey.
But I feel like yours was a lot better. Hey, get on up.
Where's my thing?
Get up. Get
In
on
here,
up.
maybe? RMM? Check it. You're one of the few that has your name on it, so you should be able to find it pretty quick. Yeah, right there, RMM, in your hand. You need a pack? Your guys got you. Pac-Man, Adam Pac-Man Jones. Well done. Our final guest
If you're
has
like me and
arrived.
show up 2 minutes before the show starts, you can get this kind of thing started before we go on air.
That's
Just
right.
saying.
We're about to introduce him. This is the beautiful, when we talk about going live, this is the stuff that people are scared of, hey? This is the
Absolutely.
stuff where program directors
still a
and
little
big
scared.
bosses who sit on thrones will say, no, you can't do that. What are you
No.
doing?
What?
You have to be professional. It's like, no, man, we're real people. This is a real show by real people, and this is what happens. We got guys that work for a living. People have jobs. They get in here when they can. Oh, is it party time? All right. I guess I got 2 drinks
Sure.
now. Oh, we just filled up the fridge.
Oh, excellent.
Heineken.
Huh?
Heineken 0.0. I'm not sure if I should be pointing it out, but obviously non-alcoholic,
No
so
free
it's
ads.
okay. That's right. Next to Guinness, this is one of the best non-alcoholic beers.
Oh, interesting.
Want one?
I got some water going. Thank you.
He's hydrating. I didn't even know I needed this. Thank you.
Yeah.
So refreshing.
That was good. That wasn't on the mic.
Simon Hydrate?
Simon Hydrate.
That's the one. All right, should we bring, we'll
Bring
in.
that gold on over here, Coach.
Let's, hold on, I got something for this. This is this is so cool. Come on up,
it
ladies and
walkout
gentlemen.
music?
An original founding member of this network. A face that built the place just like the one inside the tooth booth. I gotta wait for it to load up now, and I have to find it. Hold on. This will be good, I promise. You guys aren't gonna hear it, but here we go. Coach Coleman, too, has joined the force. Earpiece. He does have the bench. Bro, come on now. I mean, okay, so we're going to have to do here we go. He's going to set it up. So you don't have any earpiece at all?
Looks like not.
My goodness. Okay. Well, we'll get
you wear
LB
it
to
home
find
last
you.
week?
There he is. Look at that. He has joined. I'm going to play it again. Coach Coleman, too, has joined the force. Somebody put this on. Yeah. Forgot we had it.
Fantastic.
There it is. It's from the video game Shining Force.
Does the earpiece need to be in, or could I just go like this?
I know you have to put the earpiece in.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I can reach over and find one here.
No, I'll go find one. You keep hosting a show.
Okay. We'll keep going. You find one. LB will help you out there.
No, I don't
let's go
trust
ahead and
that
bring
guy.
on coach number 1 right before. I had a feeling you were going to do that. The final member of the roundtable, all the way today, is joining us. I
Was he
believe
on the
he's
road?
I believe he's on the road, and I believe we're going to make sure he does
Cruising?
not get pulled over. Hopefully,
It'd
as
be
it's all
awesome if
set
the
up
shot
right.
came up and he was just like, up against a police car.
Hey guys, just
Hey,
going to jail
just-
real quick.
I'm going to have to yell.
That's it. Give it up for Coach number 1.
Hey!
There he is. Oh, wow. Look at that beautiful Australian
Early
sunshine.
morning in Australia.
Yeah. How you doing, bud?
Yes, very good, boys. It's a much better week than last week.
Oh,
I
okay.
felt last week I just came on and complained about car rentals and credit cards and the Major
went
League
through it a
Baseball
little bit.
replay
You were
rule.
also under the weather.
That's true, but this week is much better. And Gary, when you open the show and you talk about how this show is for good people to make great things happen, this week I had a great interview with an ex-Royal Canadian Air Force pilot.
Oh, no
And,
way.
So that was one of the interviews for the podcast. That's going to be going to use podcast language. That's going to be dropped in a couple months still.
Yes.
But and he told us stories of like where if you're flying a plane, where the safe places to fly if there's people with rocket launchers on their shoulders. But, so a lot of stories like that. But one of the things this guy went through, and it just shows you how resilient and amazing people are. He was born in Argentina, and his parents decided Argentina is not the place to raise a family. They picked up everything they had, or as much as they could, and they moved to Vox Hill, Alberta, and knew zero English, and moved into, a very regional part of Alberta. And I just thought, what an adventure, and how strong you'd have to be as a family to do that, let alone as a kid to move to a new country, know none of the language. And I don't know, get through it all, and then become like a maverick in Top Gun.
There it is.
Just a great story of resilience and what humans are capable of. So I'm really excited this week. Much better mood.
I love to hear that, dude. And I'm happy. It looks like you're got a nice flow, a nice glow going on your drive, which is good. What's the day like there? We still pretty cold in the wintertime?
Yeah, there was a little bit of frost on the windshield this morning, so I had to start the Shark up and let it run for a little bit, so the windows got defrosted. So it's probably about 4 or 5 degrees. But yeah, the sun is out. I'm driving about 2 hours. I'm going to speak to a group of state sporting associations CEOs. So like, imagine Hockey Saskatchewan's CEO and every other sport. So I'm catching up and spending some time with them this afternoon.
Wow. Look at you go. That's very exciting. Well, thank you for being able to join us as you make your way there. That sounds like a pretty important day you're going to have, hey?
I'm excited, man. It'll be fantastic. And then I'm heading out to the sheep farm tomorrow. A client of mine. They're wool farm. They produce wool, and they own 4 or 5 different sheep farms. And I'm heading to one of them tomorrow to work with them.
Are you going to shear a sheep, bro?
Well, they've offered once. I'm not really good with animals. Like, I can pet a dog. But if I had to hold a cat, let alone shear a sheep, I don't know. It just doesn't really sit well with me. I'm too scared.
Sounds like you're reciting a nursery rhyme there. Well done.
So,
That is nice.
Hey, thank you. I
that's
thought you
good.
liked that. Coach Mazer,
good,
sorry,
hey.
Coach Comma 2 in the house. How have you been, my friend?
No,
You look
focus
great.
on the guy driving,
Hey,
man.
he's
I'm
good.
just here.
He's in the zone. We
good.
very rarely get you in studio. I want to maximize this time. How
Well, no,
are you?
We used to often get me here, but it's ball season.
I know. I'm aware. This is why I want to celebrate
glorious
this.
ball season.
Yeah, I got a ball practice at 7.
I have a Berries game at 7. It's all
Go,
about the baseball.
Berries, go.
Nice.
Yeah.
go Berries.
By the way, Carter Beck is going to be on the show tomorrow. Good sports.
How good
with
is
Ryan
Carter
Flattery.
Beck?
Dude, I
Three
had
dingers in a game.
Yeah, dude. I had no he's getting looks. He's getting looks for the MLB draft.
Oh yeah. So if you haven't tuned
This is
in
true.
before, I'm the public address announcer for the Berries, and so he missed the first few games because he's wrapping up his college season. Comes back, so I got to say to the mic, "Welcome him back, last year's Rookie of the Year,
right.
All-Star Game MVP. Let him hear it, Carter Beck." The place went nuts.
He's the guy.
Next
He's
gen
the guy.
patch went off.
He's the Vladdy of the Berries.
Yeah, he's so good.
That homegrown talent, man.
Yeah,
That
and they're on a
everyone
real
get
roll.
behind.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted
Yeah.
you. You were saying ball season, practice at 7.
That's all I was saying, yeah.
Back to you, Gary.
So Good Sports drops tomorrow, episode 4, and Carter Beck will be on with Flats, and a very good conversation. So looking forward to that one dropping. Baseball is the name of the game. We got all of our baseball guys here. Can we jump right into some Blue Jays talk, or is that a little too extreme? Because they're so hot right now. So hot.
Sweeping the hated St. Louis Cardinals as of this afternoon.
See ya, Cards. Yeah, that Wednesday day game. Hey?
I turned that on my phone. It actually helped me focus more on work because there's a better background noise than being interrupted. So you had the ball game going, and it's like
That's what I always used to tell my bosses too. Yeah, I know. I need this to help me.
It helps me
focus.
flow, yeah.
no, you know what? It's actually really good. We have
love
a
it.
lot of customers that have amazing offices because they have successful businesses, and some of their offices have TVs, and they'll throw on a game or they'll throw on whatever, and they're still grinding away. But
Yeah.
it's just something, that little moment where your brain wants to squirrel a little bit because you
Catch
need a
his
break
breath.
from grinding so hard, and you just take a look and there's a game that gave you what you need. You don't get fully invested into it, but
Soothing voice of Dan
It's good.
Shulman.
Oh, I love Dan Shulman.
So good.
it is good. I was just like, that made me feel good, actually. It was awesome, and they're winning.
Yeah. which
What
is
happened
nice.
to Clement there?
He dove for a ball in the hole, and I couldn't really even tell from the replay. It looked like maybe he just landed on his hip or something.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed in the game and then came out after that half inning.
He
Okay,
looked
here's
like a 14 or 15-year-old nursing, like wasn't sure if
so
how he should
funny that
walk.
you say
And
that.
he was like testing things. I was just like, what are you doing?
Even before you brought up
Like
the
he's
name
never-
Ernie Clement,
Yeah.
my observation about him was going to be, it looks like he's borrowed his older brother's uniform for the
Yeah,
game.
the pants are
It's
baggy.
so baggy.
and-
Like you have Robbie Ray on one end of the tightness of uniform spectrum,
tightest
and
spectrum.
Ernie Clement.
the
on
worst
the
is
other.
Clement's jersey's tight, but the pants are a little bit
Aladdin.
frumpy.
Yeah.
Aladdin-y?
Yeah.
Yeah, hammery, if you will.
But yeah, the Jays are winning, despite Ernie Clement's.
And
uniform.
not just despite that, despite no Max Scherzer,
Yep.
despite Bowden Francis not being the Bowden Francis that we wanted to see. Like this team, it seems like they have the same old obstacles that they're battling every year, but for some reason, they're coming. What do they lead the league in comeback wins?
Oh, I didn't know
22,
that. That's
20.
a good one. Wow.
Yeah,
20.
it's
That's
insanity.
amazing.
Like they were last place in that stat last year.
And again, Orioles bad,
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Sox bad,
Division's looking
Rays,
nice.
Yankees.
Rays are gonna Ray.
Yankees are still pretty good. Rays are gonna Ray. That's exactly what they're.
They always do.
Yeah.
So let's start with Coach number one. Your thoughts on the Toronto Blue Jays as of now after the big win over the Cards? What that sweep we said?
Swept them
the
out.
Cards.
Sweet.
Helping out those Cubs.
Yeah. I think what's interesting to watch, even today's a perfect example. If you look at how they scored their runs, so I think they got a home run. Did Clement, you guys, was that today or yesterday? He got
He got the
injured.
5th run.
Okay, so he got the home run, but a lot of their other runs were manufactured. So a single, a walk, a couple sack flies,
Couple
Which-
sack bunts.
sack
Ball,
bunts.
baby.
Yep, that's right. I think we had first and second. So just they're producing runs, which is, I think, a great testament, and they're really leveraging their strengths because, like my son Ollie, he looks at their lineup and he goes, "This looks like half a minor league team," and he's probably right. But you know what? We're still making it work. The pitching's coming along really great.
He's not
What
right,
I found
though.
interesting. What's that?
He's not quite right, though, because it's just like it would look that way when you give players a chance to develop, but it just seems like when teams go for it, they keep adding. Like they don't add at the top half of the roster. They're like, oh yeah, and we should fill out 7, 8, 9 with some 1-year veteran contracts. And I've said for years, it's like there's value in doing that, but it's like eventually you got to give some guys in the minor leagues a chance. And I think it just has lucked out this year with Barger, and Clement's not really a minor. He's a career minor leaguer.
But they're kind of in that same mold of guys who you don't think of as
Yes.
stars, but
Yeah.
they've finally gotten a chance. And Barger's the guy I want to talk about. I'm so impressed with
Well,
the
let
step he's
AJ
taken
finish.
this year.
Sorry
Yeah,
about-
absolutely.
Sorry. I interrupted, like I do.
So no, but I think that's a good point because who did we have? Justin Turner, who was it the year before? All these 1-year signings. So that's a great point, Coach Comatu.
That's where.
The other thing I found interesting, I was reading about this, was Chris Bassett was talking about the season, and he said he goes from top to bottom in the organization. Things are just really different this year. He goes, last year was a real struggle. I wouldn't want to go through that again.
Ooh.
And I thought, ooh, that is interesting. He didn't say anything else other than that, but I can't help but think of what were some of the challenges that the Jays had over the last couple of years. Was that the analytics department, that they were relying too much on that, and that just forced John Schneider's hand in terms of who was pitching and when? I don't know if you guys have heard much on that, but I just thought that was an interesting comment coming from him, that something has changed this year just internally, and maybe that's why we're seeing better results.
I will say, the return of the home run jacket, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was a big step.
Okay, there you
How
go.
did that ever go away?
Yeah, like those little things
Well,
are so right.
who are we talking? Players, AJ, or front office staff, or analytic staff? Who changed? That was a Heineken.
He didn't say. He didn't say. He just said from top to bottom in the organization.
No, I mean between
Things are
the
different
four of
this year.
us, like one genius,
Oh.
one successful guy, and 2 bums. What?
I know which one I am. Trust me.
What-
Yeah, I do too.
Are we
Yeah, I mean-
getting credit for the Jays this year? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, between the four of us, we should be able to come up with who exited from the current lineup or current staff, like who left. Not to put us on the
hitting
spot.
coach? Didn't the hitting coach
On the
go?
spot.
Didn't they can a hitting coach?
They
Still got Pete Walker, right? He's still pitching coach.
Mattingly got shifted from his role to being a bench coach,
now?
which is probably more fitting for what he was doing, not the hitting coach. So I mean, that's a subtle change, but I don't think that's something Bassett would be talking about.
Probably just the mentality of the organization. And I bringing back the home run jacket
traffic
as
regulations. In 1.1 kilometers, exit to the left
Like,
towards
who's chiming in here? Oh, it's Coach's GPS.
Jeez. Yeah, I wish I had an
Because I gotta make
assistant.
sure I'm
Okay,
on
okay.
my way here.
do not miss that turn.
Yeah.
Allowing the home run jacket to return feels like a shift in the character of the team.
one of the
You know
two
what I
left
mean?
lanes.
Love it.
It seems like it's one of those
You
things where
exit
like,
to the
okay, yeah,
slide
maybe we got our fingers a little too much in the pot here. Maybe we'll step back a little bit and let the boys be boys type of thing. And maybe that mentality has gone down the line and people have realized, all right, wait, we still have to, have fun out there. We can't just be like the Yankees all the time and shave everything and listen to your drill sergeant.
Now, do
like
they
there's
shave
some
everything?
I don't know.
Have they stopped dumping water, Gatorade on each
Nope,
other?
still doing it.
Like even in visiting, when they're the visiting
I
team, I
believe
noticed they didn't
so.
do that. I don't think they did that.
Maybe they don't-
And
I know
usually
I've
they only
seen
do
it.
it when there's an on-field interview.
Right.
They kind of ham it up.
They want
for
to get
that.
Hazel with it. too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
always
that's
get
just a
Hazel.
Vladdy thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, sometimes it just seemed forced a little bit because some guys weren't into it. They've had like,
Maybe that's
Not-
what it is.
yeah.
Maybe they are actually listening to what the players actually want to do.
Have you guys seen with the Mets with their post-game interviews? Now
No.
they've started getting their on-field. Like, their whole broadcast team is excellent. Their on-field reporter's a guy named Steve Gelbs, who's really good.
Steve
and
Gelbs.
they started because if you're doing the post-game interview, you're probably going to get some splashback.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's just started resigning himself to it. Like after the walk-off winner by Jeff McNeil yesterday, they just kind of hugged and stood there and waited for the.
Let it go.
All right, it's happening.
Free shower.
All right,
Free shout.
carrying on with the interview.
See, I love that stuff. Like
Absolutely, it's fun.
I'm all about bringing back characters. I'm all about bring back the hot foot, bring back the pranks, get the gum on the top of the hat, do fun stuff, enjoy yourself. Because we all know how boring it can get in that dugout. No matter how good your team is, you're still gonna have downtime, and it's how you sort of manage. In my mind, how you manage that and how much that can carry over if this team really, really bonds. 'Cause, compared to last year, I think we can all agree that this team is very successful, and it feels like the reason for that is because they're connected. They're all there for each other. There's no people maybe hating on the interview water bath. There's no people maybe not liking the batting home run jacket. It feels like everyone's on board for the same cause. I think that's the big character change.
I would like to explore kind of what Coach Kamatu said there. He goes, what is different? So are there any new players or the players that have left? There's new players, but have we lost any players or any coaches left that have
Feels like
shifted
it's
to
been
what you're talking
relatively
about?
stable.
Yeah, I can't think of too many. That
I
bottom
mean-
three of the order, there's Class A. I don't know who Class A was.
Yeah, they got him in a trade with Seattle, I believe.
Yeah, and Rodone. Rodone's
Oh,
another
Alec-
guy. Alan
Alex-
Rodone,
Alan.
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like those guys coming. There's a couple of guys there I've never heard of.
Yeah.
So, and like you said, taking over for Turner and the other guys that sort of had their 1 year and have gone their merry way. I'm not sure though.
I have a question for all of you guys.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Is Alejandro Kirk a good baseball player?
Oh, I love. See,
I've gone
I'm-
back and forth, and I don't know. I don't really have an answer for this. I've gone back and forth on this over the last however long he's been here, 4 years from
Yeah.
he's the best to he can't do anything. All of a sudden, he's been great lately.
Yeah, I think he's both.
He's
When
good
he's-
at
when
he's good
he's
at
going, he's
framing.
going.
He's a
He's
good framer,
Great at throwing to second.
and
He's one of the top guys for put-out rate. on
He's
steals.
very streaky, so he's on.
That's what it is.
He's a
And that's
but
probably
that's a
what leads to
catcher.
my-
yeah, that's a
yeah.
catcher thing.
Most importantly,
He's adorable.
He's a big fella, and
He
I
is
love the
cute
big
as a
guys.
button.
Give me those John Crooks. Give me those Prince
Absolutely,
Fields.
the
Give me those
big, beefy
Cecils.
baseball
Yes.
boys.
I
Yeah.
love. See, yes, you're getting it.
I just
So he's amazing in my eyes.
he's a faster runner than Giancarlo Stanton, so that's all
That's
that matters.
something,
You know what I mean?
Is he
Maggie's
really?
faster than Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
He's
Stanton
going to be back, by the
slow?
way, for the Yankees soon. Sorry.
nice. I got him in my
Giancarlo is so slow, AJ. Like
really is.
it's crazy.
It's 'cause
Like,
his knees don't
he
work,
will
though.
not sacrifice his form for anything.
His
and
knees
he just
don't work. His legs are broken. Like he's
Wow.
toast.
Yeah.
It's not like he doesn't want to run. He can't run.
I
He's
don't know
not
if he
like
ever
Pete Alonso,
could.
who just
Yeah.
looks funny when he runs.
See, that's a
Yeah.
different thing.
It's like a
Ever watch
polar
Pete
bear.
Alonso run? Oh my
It's
got
weird that
so
he runs
funny.
on all fours.
gotta keep that.
That is a
nickname
little bit
alive.
odd.
The old polar bear running to first. I will say this though: happy surprises. Heineman. Heineman.
That guy's so good.
Is there going to be a point where you just start DH and Kirky full time and you let
1
Heineman
kilometer
or DH
exit to
Heineman?
the slide left towards Keeler
I guess it would
Parking
because
lot.
Kirky is probably the better defensive catcher.
Yeah, I don't.
As of right now.
I don't
I
have
think
a
body
great
type.
answer.
You got to give him a break, though. You can't.
Very true.
blow him up.
When you
So-
have things frozen up.
Oh, is he getting pulled over now? Oh
or,
no!
Or did
No.
the traffic just come to a standstill?
What is
No,
happening?
just the camera. I think it's
There he
just
is.
there we go.
Hey,
He
there
switched.
he is.
relationships.
I missed my turn earlier, so
Oh,
now I
no.
just had to pull a U-ball, the freeway.
I was wondering why your car was yelling
Jesus.
at you, bro.
Yeah, that's right. I
You're
went back to
definitely not being
GPS.
distracted by anything. This is not our fault.
Yes,
So
no distracted driving.
Here's another point about
In the same
Alexander
hemisphere.
Kirk.
Kirky.
We were talking about so next year they're talking about the ball strike, automated
Oh,
ball
yeah.
strike system
Yeah.
coming in. So what's that going to do to catchers who are good at framing? Does that reduce their impact?
Yep.
Big time.
Yeah, you could just put a
That good?
2x4 back there.
Yeah.
Or a sheet of plywood.
Hit the box, bro. That's a great point. You're taking away a skill. You're
it
taking
is,
away a
yeah.
talent in the sport, which
It's a
people don't
trade-off
talk
I'm
about.
willing to make, though.
Yeah, you
To
want
get,
Left. Take
I'm
one of the
good
two
with
left
the challenge
lanes.
system. I don't want full automated balls and strikes, but I like the challenge system. I think it worked
So, I
really
mean-
well in spring training.
With guys on base, will catchers even need to? They could just set up. They could cheat to throw
Yeah, you can
all
hop,
day.
get out of
Yeah.
that crouch right
That's
away.
the other
Yeah.
side of it, yeah.
There's no hesitation.
Yep.
So it might add a new talent to athletes in baseball.
Might
Like the
increase
late
that pop
swing
time.
and hit the catcher.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
That's a new talent. Check this skill out.
Springer did that the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, why not?
It's a good move. Make sure you tap
See a
that
guy
glove.
cheating because he doesn't need to worry about a strike, and you just like, well, I'll just hit him and take a base.
Man, see, we just invented new skills for baseball if they decide to go full robot. It's pretty cool. Or I guess half robot, like
Half
you're saying.
robot, semi-robot.
Semi-robot. What are your thoughts there, Coach Number One? You're asking us all these things. What's the right answer?
Yeah, I don't know if there's the right answer, but I'd never thought about that until I was driving the boys back after training the other night. And these are like 15 and 16-year-olds. And we're talking about that. One of the kids is a catcher. And he says, nah, can't stand it. And he goes, because exactly what we just talked about. That's where the idea came from. And this guy had thought through every scenario. Same thing. It's like when you're throwing guys out, you can totally cheat. Even when you're just sitting behind the plate, does it matter how you catch it at all if nobody's on base? Because
That's a great point. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, I just thought, wow, that's going to change the game. But maybe this is why Major League Baseball has not just gone, they rolled it out right away. There's probably things they're looking at in preseason that didn't even cross our minds. So anyways, I'm still all for it
Well,
at this stage. So
The automated thing,
think
is it going to be an appeal situation? And is there maybe going to be two boxes now, like the gray area and then the strike area? So it's just like the umpire's still calling balls and strikes, but if it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but like a double box, like a double border where you're still going to have to go for
The
that.
frame
Because if it's
zone.
the
The
frame
frame
zone,
zone.
like there's
Yeah.
still like a frame zone kind of happening
If you
where
can-
they won't even bother appealing something that's in the frame zone. So, and I just made this up right now, but if there's that, and it's just like, no, that's in the frame zone. That's the umpire's call. That's a variable. That's where we get different umpires throughout the league that have very slightly different strike zones across the board. So that's the frame zone. So you can frame that. But if anything's out that and you appeal it and it's clearly a ball or vice versa, a strike, well, then it can be appealed and changed. But if it's in that little zone, I would leave it, and I just made that up. But maybe I didn't. Maybe
I don't
read
think you did. I think you're right. I think
Yeah,
there
it's pretty
is a
good.
little bit of. I heard
Wiggle
something
room.
about like an inch or a half an inch outside that actual box we see on the screen, which is based on the same thing that they'll be using to do the appeals.
And when you watch a game and you see a guy paint that tiny little millimeter on that
grazes
box,
it.
yeah, then you know It gets called strikes and it gets called balls. You're aware it's in that sort of frame zone, so there might be something there.
Yeah, I think you are correct.
Then you'd still need your
Here's-
full human behind the plate. Go ahead, coach.
I'll just say, here's a little baseball trivia. Not a trivia, but we'll test our knowledge. Because I think our umpires here in Melbourne could learn from this. If a pitch is thrown on the black, you know what I mean by the black?
Yeah, the black of the home
sure.
plate.
Is that a ball or a strike?
It's part of the
Strike.
plate. It's a
Should
strike
be a
all day.
strike.
Yeah.
By
It's a
rule
ball.
book, it should be a strike.
You're saying they call that a ball out there?
No. Maybe I've got it wrong here. It won't be the first time, but I'm pretty sure I read recently that the black is not part of the plate. That if it just hits black, it's a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard that.
Well, you're no. I guess I see what you're saying. Like that's where you're usually given a ball outside the plate. But yeah, I guess that would be a ball
That could
'Cause
be that's a frame zone, bro.
because the foul line isn't measured from the black; it's measured from the white,
white.
the tip of the plate, right? So I guess that zone would carry through around the plate, and that would be a ball. But most umpires would call that probably a strike. I'd say.
They
would
would
be my
because I was playing when I was playing in the game. This guy threw me a pitch and it was like 3 feet outside, maybe 2. Anyways, and I
Probably
just said to
fine.
the umpire, and he called it a strike. And I said, "All right, is that the end of the strike zone? Like, is that as far as it goes? Just so then I know what kind of pitch it's further
Yeah.
outside.
Oh,
I
How
don't
big of an
swing at it,
or
but
I
if
should
it's
bring
the-
up with me next time?
Yeah. I think it's a good question to ask the umpire. If they throw you a high one, is that top of the zone?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's reasonable.
What was his
Anyways, and the umpire
response?
goes, his
Did he
umpire
get
goes,
tossed?
no, he just painted the black there. And I thought, right. One of us two don't know the rule. I'm pretty sure it was him because I don't think the black is part of the strike zone. Anyways, now I'm gonna check it out and I'll come back to you guys next week.
You guys see Nico
AJ,
Horner get
well,
thrown out the other day?
Before you go on to that
That's
being tossed out, this will still
Yeah, tied. Yeah.
this will lead into that very well.
Sure.
Did you right after this, AJ? Are you okay? You're in pain. Is it the sun?
No,
Lower back?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
No, I'm
Was it
good.
the question that I was about to ask you? I'm just wondering. My question for you is
Is it your navigator always
When he
yelling
said-
at you?
he just painted the black, did you turn to him and then flip your bat over and draw 3 rings in the dirt?
Knew
And
that's where you're gonna go. That's why I went, don't go there. Don't go there.
I remember that.
I'm guessing this is a reference to something that happened.
What was that? Oh man, Melville? Was that a Melville tournament?
Yeah, I think so. I think
That was
so.
amazing. Yeah, I got busted with a tin of chew in my pocket. And I was like, well, your Emco's got one. Why can't I have one? Then I screwed the chew over for everybody. That was a great tournament. That was one of my walk-off dingers to win the tourney with that one, I believe. After you guys
Melville's a good
drew
spot to
drew the
to do.
circles in the center.
So, yeah, AJ, Coach AJ, younger Coach AJ, less experienced, maybe more of
More
a
emotionally
firecracker.
involved.
Yeah.
More
Yes,
emotionally
yes.
involved.
Coach you die for right there. That's what that is.
Just
Run through
turn
a
to an
wall.
umpire after a situation, a questionable call, maybe the 5th or 6th questionable call that happened, and
You know what it was? I
a
remember what the call
disagreement
was.
happened.
He called an outfield fly ball. The batter's out.
What?
What?
No, it's
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
that's what he called.
Exactly.
Like not an
Anyway,
infield
sorry, go
fly
ahead.
ball,
Yeah, not
No,
infield.
it was an
fly.
outfield.
an outfield fly rule.
And like a deep, like it wasn't somewhere close to the infield?
I don't know. I can't remember that bit.
He's seeing red. Seeing red the whole time. That's
So
the guy who
he
was there.
so
It was
AJ
amazing.
decided to draw 3 circles in the ground, and he said, "This represents what, the circus?" And then he turned to the ump and said, "You're the ringleader,
Yeah.
I believe."
Promptly excused of his
I
duties.
might have drawn a circle in the middle of the circle and said, "You know what this represents?
Yeah.
Represents you. You're the ringleader of this circus."
And I'll tell you,
And then
as a
was the
player,
response?
boy, you love when your coach goes to bat for you because you're just as frustrated.
Sure.
And when your coach says, "All right, I got to do so," that was just great coaching in my mind.
That oddly brought
Great
back a
coaching.
memory of my father, which I'll share very quickly. It has nothing to do with baseball.
oh,
David Hyatt was an English professor here at the University of Saskatchewan,
Nice.
as was my mother. And one time he was marking a paper, and he was known to not pull punches when he was marking papers. So he picked up, he drew something here, like he put a little dot here, and he wrote above it the point, and then he made a mark up here your essay.
Oh,
You missed it.
Yeah.
Just
Missed the
a
point
bit
by
outside.
a lot. Miss you, Dad.
Oh, that's amazing.
you know what? I once in a geography whatever in the university, I wrote the wrong final paper.
Oh no.
It's just like I skimmed there was like two options for students in such and such class do this, and for students in such and such class do this. We'll be all in the writing the final together at the same time, and at that point you'll also submit your whatever. And I wrote the wrong one and pretty much just copied something that my older brother did, and then I also added photos, which he was like, "Not this is not
what we do."
necessary as well. I don't need to know what the devil's marbles look like in Australia."
I signed up for because in first
What
year
has
arts and
happened?
science, first year arts and science, you have to take one science class.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, geography, that's going to be just like all maps and stuff. I love maps.
Ooh.
And then I got in there and it was all dirt. Just
Yeah.
learning about dirt. That's all I did.
Plus, a lot
That
of
was a
dirt.
rough ride for me in first year geography.
All right,
agree.
you guys. Before we get the Nico Horner story, because I
Sure.
do want to get to that.
Yeah.
I do want to say
Our man.
we missed a really good opportunity
Probably.
to do a really funny paint it black joke, where you said, "Oh, did he paint the black?" He's
see
like,
the
"Oh
red
yeah." No, it would have been easy there, Mick Jagger, because of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been good. So we missed that
Painted
opportunity.
black.
So we're gonna get to Nico Horner, but first we gotta get this live read
First.
in, you guys, because we're flying right now. This is crazy.
I have
You know,
like 7
I've been
other things
noticing
to
you
talk about.
battling with that.
Yeah.
Like you
I'm
gotta
still-
loop it.
I
Loop
and
it,
I
but it doesn't
yeah,
work.
I usually do, but
See, he uses these. He knows how these work.
I do.
That's I thought you were onto something
I
new.
usually have people who's
Putting them in
put
for
them
us.
in for me.
Yes, exactly. All right, let's introduce you yet again to our friend Mobley Llorente as we ask the question, why work with Mobley this spring? Well, if you're looking to buy a home, he's got your back. That's most important right there. Mobley Llorente with TMG, the mortgage group, works with multiple lenders to find the best financing options, even if you're self-employed, have non-traditional income, or face credit challenges. Right up my alley. Target audience right here. His services are completely free, and he's here for you. All right? From pre-approval to closing and beyond. Whether you need refinancing, a mortgage renewal, or just expert advice down the road, he will always be here to help. That is Mobley Llorente. Mortgages made simple. Give him a call or text him anytime. 306-370-5804. That is our guy right there. If you would like to get involved with this team of ours, this family, if you want to get in on the movement of making the world a better place, it's real
Ever-growing
easy to do.
team.
Literally, another new show today. It's just in here. Like
Yep.
the new shows are not stopping. It's just so awesome, so proud, and it's working today. All right, anyone gonna sing with me, or is this gonna be a solo mission again?
I'll dance.
Perfect. You play the piano a little bit. Just send us an email to 123 4 contact@dufferinave.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. A little high with it there. That was good.
That was great.
All right. Coach number 1, watch your face on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Right through.
Oh,
There you
geez,
go.
he swerved.
Yeah, don't go. Slow. Be careful out there, all right? These graphics, they can get you. We also got a website that gets a little wave.
Hey,
There it is.
farewell.
And one more for good measure as our Twitch stream, the Hansel of Twitch streams right now. It's even going to get an air horn. Nice. I love how we can hear it.
That's
It's so
amazing.
nice to be able to hear all the stuff that we normally do. This Friday, Final Fantasy VI going down as we continue with Brando and Gary get good at games with guests as well. Mondays, we have gaming with Brooksy. Tuesdays, it is Brando and Gary get good at games as we just defeated / wrapped, if you will, Super Ninja Boy for the Super Nintendo. It was very fun. So,
Excellent.
the Twitch stream continuing to be red hot right now. Awesome. And then we just grab it. Oh, I'm going to reach right over. Don't mind
Are
me.
you getting twitchy?
You got to go lower.
I can't reach it.
You're lower.
Not that low.
Easy.
Hey.
Too low. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Nico
Ski-Lo.
Horner, my friend.
Go Horner.
Business is done. I am sweating. See, I turned off because I wanted to hear better, and now I got a full-on sweat going.
It's become a warm, smoky day out there in Saskatoon.
Crazy. Yeah, you had to remind me. I was like, why am I so hot? Well, one, because you dressed like you were cold, and two, because it's actually hot out now.
I'm dressed.
Was that
for
a
the-
Seinfeld joke?
What's the deal with heat?
Okay, go.
Nico.
Nico Horner
There we go.
got rung up on a bad strike 3 call the other day. So he turned around and said to the umpire, "You're really having a bad day today."
Oh,
and the umpire just went.
See ya.
Hmm.
And then Craig Counsell came out and Nico Horner told Craig Counsell what he had said, and Craig Counsell said, "Why are you throwing my guy out?" And they went back and forth, as umpires and managers do, and the umpire said, "Are you done?" And Craig Counsell said yes, and then he walked away. Then he came back, and then the umpire said, "You're gone too." Craig Counsell got ejected 2 straight games.
That's a good
impressive.
coach. That's a good coach right there.
Umpires, come on. Let's be a little less sensitive.
Craig Counsell, no batting gloves, and a very old-timey swing.
He was
You
so
know what I
fun
mean?
to watch.
Yeah.
Old-time
that swing.
baseball.
Yeah.
So is this a statement to the fact that umps are super soft now and can't take
Too sensitive.
can't take a single bit
Yeah.
of pushback?
I mean, in his defense, he actually wasn't having that bad of a day. He had a reasonable game. I think Nico, it's just, but typically if you're getting run,
Yeah.
you got to say certain words. Like he said after the game, usually when we have these media, I can't say to the media what I said to the umpire.
Mhm.
This is
This time I can.
exactly what I
Yeah.
said to the umpire. And
Yeah.
you can print it and put it on TV.
That's it.
You're having a bad day.
Now, was this umpire umping the game before? That coach got
Yeah,
kicked out?
let's see. This would have been in the Tigers series, and I think it was the Sunday game. So this would have been the game
This reeks of a vendetta
possibly
to me. This
Yeah.
is what I'm thinking.
And I think that's something the announcer said, that maybe this had been building for a little while.
Brewing. Yeah.
And
Coach
now
Campbell.
a dam breakdown.
Or,
Let's watch.
or,
Oh, no, we didn't do that?
or,
Not yet.
Or
Here we go, Coach Webb.
Or maybe who was catching that game?
I
Remember?
believe it was Dylan Dingler from the Tigers.
I think it was
Which is a
Cheetah Plywood.
great
Can't
name.
believe
Dylan Dingler or
Yeah.
Plywood?
I
One or the
think
other.
that is awesome. You know that, Simon. So maybe there was a little Lenny Dykstra strategy going on from the catcher. So I
He
don't
was
know.
gambling on the game. Is that what you're saying?
No. Lenny Dykstra said that he spent probably $500,000 throughout his career on private investigators to dig up dirt on umpires. And then when he would come up to the plate, he goes, "There's no surprise why this one year I led the league in walks." He said he'd come up to the plate and he'd be like, "So did you cover the spread last night?" And the umpire would be like, "What are you talking about?" So he must have found some umpires were gambling. He talked about how there was one umpire who was but it was kept it under the law, and Lenny would use that against him. So he said he spent hundreds of $1,000s on private investigators so that he could get an advantage over the umpires. It's like he was blackmailing them.
Lenny's a whack job.
Crazy.
Oh, man, he is a whack nut. I haven't read his book. I've read excerpts out of it, but so
He must have
maybe
had
the
a
catcher
good
took
ghostwriter
that.
if he could get a book published. Because holy cow!
Well, that's probably true.
If you watch those, there was, I think it was a 30 for 30 on the '86 Mets
Oh boy.
and the World Series, and the
Yeah.
interviews by Lenny Dykstra. Woo! Yee! Woo!
Man, see, when I think of Lenny Dykstra, I think of that. Was it the '93 team?
The
Like,
Phillies.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they were all insane. Like
Oh, they were
Croc
all
and
dirtbags,
Wild Thing,
yeah.
Mitch Williams. Like
Yeah.
that was their men. That was their.
Yeah, totally.
That was their character. They were
Yeah.
like the Broad Street Broly's in
Yeah.
baseball for him. Like you didn't mess with those dudes. They didn't give a shit. They would just take care of business. And
Yeah,
Lenny
that
Dykstra
was-
forefront of that. And
That's
he's
a
also the
Philly-
reason between Lenny Dykstra and Pat Borders. Like I had no chance of not chewing tobacco in my life. Like those are the two guys. Like seeing how huge of a
Yeah.
wad those guys could do. Like I gotta be. I
Gotta be a
literally.
better way to say that.
And this is well, and I know kids don't do this. Like this is we're talking about it back in my day.
Well,
But,
now they're just caffeine pouches, I hear.
well, yeah.
Oh, is that the thing?
Or
That's the thing now.
nicotine pouches. But I used to take my fruit roll-ups and roll them up into a ball and toss it in and say, I'm Pat Bordersing right now. I'm Ed Spragging right now. Like as a
Ed
kid.
Sprague.
No.
As
By
a
the
kid,
way,
Jay Buhner. Go
they're
ahead.
all there.
that 92, 93
Oh,
era,
man.
Ed Sprague probably my favorite player. I remember
So
seeing him
amazing.
as it was so rare. Like this is back in the late 80s, early 90s when
Yeah.
you got no baseball on TV. So I remember one year CBS was showing the College World Series. And Stanford, Ed Sprague's team, was in the College World Series. So I watched it and I was like, oh my God, Ed Sprague's awesome. And then the Blue Jays drafted him.
Amazing.
So right away he became like my
Yeah, your
favorite
guy.
player. And yeah.
And that's another guy like came out of nowhere for me because when you're younger you don't get to watch the majors, you know.
Exactly.
So to see him come out of nowhere and sort of take over for Kelly Gruber, who was
Yeah.
like Kelly Gruber, like that's a big deal right there, and have this Sprague kid come in, and then to see him put in as big, if not bigger, of a chaw than Pat Borders,
Yeah.
like you won me over instantly.
Had arguably
You
the
already
second
won me
biggest,
over, you know.
second biggest hit of the 92 World Series, that home run off of Jeff
Yeah.
Reardon.
Yeah, man, we should do
Did
a
he
whole
come off
show
the
on
bench for that?
those.
We should.
I believe he pinch hit that, didn't he?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another damn watch party. We watched the world, like every game in 92
The
and
full
93.
I'm
season.
sure I've got
The
them on
full
VHS
season.
somewhere.
I got the recaps of the playoffs, like the 92, 93, and or I guess 91, 92, 92, 93. And then I watched them all the time. And it was just so, like, from the bunt by Otis Nixon all the way to the walk-off from
Nixon
Joe Carter,
bunts,
those 2
Timlin
years.
on it
Yeah.
for the first time ever. The World Series flag will fly
north of the border. I'll never forget it.
Sean McDonough on the call.
And then touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life. Like
Oh,
those moments
cheek.
created me as the person I am as far as baseball goes. Like I was built off of those 2 seasons. That's where it all came from. So
And
I'm
I'm
so connected to those teams.
I'm the same way, except I'm older than you. So for me, it was the '85 team.
There you go.
That was the year that I became a baseball fan.
Was that the first playoff
84
appearance?
Cubs, '85 Blue Jays.
85 Blue
85
Jays?
was first.
Yeah.
playoff
I got to
game.
bring my Game Gear over because
Here we go.
I had baseball on Game Gear, and it was either 90, it was 92, I think. So the game was
ESPN
created
baseball?
before. I
Do you
don't know
remember what
it
it's
was
called?
like.
Okay,
No,
they
I
had a
can't
good
remember.
baseball
But
game,
it was
good
like
game.
it was before they won the World Series, so they were just like they're decent in the game. But it's just like little did the manufacturer know that
That's
it was the
insane,
Blue
dude.
Jays. So they had the proper World Series logo from that year as well, but it just hadn't happened yet.
My big
Crazy.
game that
That's
era was
insane.
Baseball Stars, SNK Baseball Stars.
Look
Is
at-
that yours
look at-
as well? I love it. It's my
Might have played it this year.
He just
Do you remember how you could? It was like one of the few ones you could actually, like early days, you could customize it. Like you could
Yeah,
change
yeah.
players' names.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I built the Blue Jays teams.
Oh, yeah.
But I think you only got 6 letters.
You didn't
So-
make the damn network baseball stars team that I made this winter
literally like 5 months
because you
ago.
weren't on the show yet.
He has a full roster of everyone here. that he
Okay.
plays on.
Well, next year I want to be on that team.
Oh,
But
yeah,
yeah, so Sprague, my memory. Whenever I think of Ed Sprague, I think Spragu because that's what his name was.
Yeah,
in my
that's
baseball
Sprague.
stars, 'cause he only had
Festival.
6 letters.
Yeah,
So his name was Spragu. It's like
Spragu.
Thrill Ho for Thrill House.
very good. I forgot he created an entire team.
That's amazing.
The damn team. And
Curtis
all of
Anderson
them
gave
are-
me a framed SNK Baseball Stars Nintendo game
That's amazing.
as a present
That's amazing.
Wow.
because he knows how
He'll
much
be
I
good.
love that game.
Shout out to him, by the way.
CA.
He'll be in tomorrow. As he's normally a member of this party as well, but he was he glow
He's
in the
glow
dark
mini
golfing?
golfing
Yeah,
today.
like chaperoning a mini golf glow in the
Man,
dark
that sounds
party.
like a good
Here, I
time.
got something. AJ, have you ever been hit in the head while throwing batting practice?
Here we go.
Oh, is this
Here we go.
Ryan Weathers?
Yeah. On it.
This is a Ryan
I've been in
Weathers.
a
Oh,
like a three lane batting cage,
Yeah.
and I was in the middle one, and there was hitters on the left and the right hand side, and I got too close to the netting,
Mm-hmm.
and so somebody was sitting in the left hand lane, and bang, a ball came, and it obviously hit the net, but it hit me on the side of the head.
Oh, yeah.
ouch.
Done for the training, done for practice.
No
But it was
kidding.
like silly. Like you got to be aware. Don't be standing next to the net.
Did you
when the
get?
other guys are
I'd-
hitting. And
I had to yell at the kids all the time about being careful for that, for sure.
Did you get tested for
Yes,
chronic
yeah, and wear
traumatic
helmets.
encephalopathy?
No, but it crossed my mind. I was like, I wonder if I got a concussion right now.
Yeah.
And
You're
I also,
right.
as well, I should have been wearing a skull cap, John
There it
Olerud
is.
style,
Yeah.
or base coach
That's
style.
what they, yeah.
Should have been-
Oh, you need to go get one. I should get one. So I have been hit in the head before as well, throwing BP, using an L screen, and throwing light. I'd say like
Up front.
48 to 50 miles per hour from maybe 45 from about
That's my full rate.
about
there.
20 feet, right?
Let
20
that
feet.
go.
And this one kid on our baseball team, we call him I call him Glibber Torres. But his
Nice.
name is Grayson Lipke, and I combine his names. It's like Glaber Torres, but Glibber.
Nice.
And he, really good athlete, swings well. He got into one, and this is the second time I've been hit this year. I took one in the arm from one of those hype fire bats
Yeah.
on a lefty. So I throw, and then it was right back before my arm gets behind the L screen, and I was just black and blue on the right arm for a bit. This one, it's very smoky here, AJ. Like, whatever, you don't know the rating systems of smoke, but today it's a 9. It was whatever, is a little bit smoky, and it's been like that for the past few weeks. Shout out to all the people working on the forest fires up north
Absolutely.
and trying to get things straightened out there the best they can. But it's smoky here, and we're not suffering, but it's a little bit, it makes you parched or whatever. So I was getting dry, so I'm like, one more pitch, I got to go get some water in me, and I threw this ball. And it was maybe a little bit end of barrel, so not like a complete rocket, but probably still 70 miles per hour. And it was coming and it was cutting at me, and I flinched and I don't even know if I was wearing a glove, so I could have raised my hand to catch it like I normally would if there's no L screen, but there is. But I still flinched and I kind of ducked my head in. Well, it cut around the pole, and then just at the second, it went here, and I tucked my head in to wear it and took right here in the head. And then I didn't get tested at all. What I did is I finished the session, threw harder at the kid, and then scared the crap. And he was yelling for the other coach. He's like, "Coach seems mad." And then I joked about like brain bleeds and stuff to scare the kids about the dangers of that and how you have to be careful. And then I went and I did a podcast with you guys today.
Everything you're not supposed to admit on camera as a coach, you just admit it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the?
But I think a skull cap. That's why they wear. I should go get one. I was actually going to wear a full cage just because I don't know if I'm slipping a little bit, but I just when you look through the mesh, sometimes I'm dialed, and then sometimes I need to get that lean to get the ball where I want it to go. You know, I'm no Sheldon Sawatsky throwing BP. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not painting dots. You know what I mean?
Simon, you're saying
Marlins and somebody. Very few people saw this because it was a Marlins game, but I have Ryan Weathers on a few of my fantasy teams. Ryan Weathers' first inning completes his warm-up pitches. His catcher, I think it was Nick Fortes, pops up to do the throw down to second, nails Ryan Weathers in the back of the head with it.
Yeah.
And
That's got to be so hard.
did he make the start?
Yeah, he pitched 3 innings of bad baseball.
Yeah.
And now
Well,
he's
because
on
he
the
couldn't
IL.
see, yeah.
First it was does he have a concussion? No, he's got an arm thing. No, he's got a lat thing. He had like 3 different things, but he's on the 60-day IL.
And that poor catcher, hey? Like, how bad do you feel?
Yeah,
How
especially
bad?
you're already behind Agustin Ramirez as the number 2 catcher, who's like one of the big stars that's emerged this year. And
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I do remember
Oh,
we.
I was just
Well, go ahead, Coach.
go ahead, Geza.
No,
I
you
was
got it.
just say to Coach Kama too. I'm shocking at BP, but one of the next major league player told me, he goes, if you protect yourself, stand further back. Don't stand so close to the cage.
Yeah, 100%. And last year I was doing that, and it's more realistic. I got the arm up, I'm showing, but I'm way further back, and the kids are on time a little bit. But I don't know, just a little broken. I'm going back and forth with the 11U and the 15U team, and so 11U I stand a little bit closer because I'm just they're not bouncing back, and then I'm just like, okay, back in the cage doing the same thing. Oh crap, these kids rip frozen ropes, and they're using their juice bats when they should just be using their wood sticks or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're not, and this one just bounced right off my skull.
Were you at
Another.
Go ahead.
I'll just
did
say
fall.
another one. Coach Kama too, and this is actually to simulate more of a real game. Sit on get a chair behind the L screen.
100%. Yeah.
And
I'm with you.
I actually found I can throw more accurate with that, but having to actually throw properly standing
Lean
up.
right back.
No, I saw one. I even saw one where you do lay down.
Come on.
Yeah, for sure. Because it by throwing leg down and you're half the distance of the mound, when your arm's up, you're actually
Level.
The ball's
and it
coming at the
creates
same-
that little arc
Yeah,
that the
okay.
ball would be, and it's pretty realistic. But it's it's hard to do that. Like if you're doing that with
Yeah, no kidding.
wiffles, that's
Yeah.
fine. But if you're doing that with baseballs, then it's hard to hit the strike zone. But yeah, like for sure, bucket sits, all that stuff. Why not? Why don't you do that? Things I should have asked when I was smarter. Now I forget things.
We had a Rhinos batting. I guess it'd be a batting practice. I think it was Going Yard.
The old
3 or
Goring Yard.
Yeah, the old one.
Were you about to say 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
that was
more?
13.
No, it wasn't.
It was for
No.
sure. Yeah.
No, it wasn't
It
because
was.
I had been on the team for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, because
And?
I was all excited to play.
We're
Either way,
40.
whenever it was. The point is, do you remember Donnie?
Yeah.
Just at his birthday, by the way, I think. Happy birthday to Donnie, my sweet, beautiful prince of a man. He was throwing BP, and we brought a ringer in to do some BP. And he wasn't even a real member. He was joining the team that year for a couple.
Yeah.
And he was hitting the BP, and he hit a liner. You look beautiful, by the way. I love you. He hit a liner right through Donnie's frickin' brain.
Yeah.
Any other human would have dropped and would have been out cold, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
But Donnie is superhuman. He goes like this. He goes, ah. Goes right back behind and starts throwing again.
Yeah, he was
It
doing, but
insanity.
he was doing bucket sits.
that what it was?
He was doing bucket sits, and he got it, left his head out, and it just went over the edge of the L screen and caught him on the side of the
Frozen,
head.
like full contact sweet spot. I've never seen anything like that before.
I've also the only guy that
So superhuman.
in between gout spouts, he had
The king's disease. Yeah.
he had 2 comebackers in back-to-back pitch appearances. You know what I mean? No,
Raging.
and he just
so upset.
ripped off the shin, and his
Yeah.
leg was giant.
F,
Oh,
F,
wow.
and F.
What are we eating here?
Look at this. Where's what's going on
on?
here? I got Big B in the house right now. Oh, from Nestor's Bakery. Is this from you? Oh, Big. This is the second time now. Of course, but this is the second time you showed up here with food. You know that.
Nestor's
You're
is
really
great.
becoming
Nestor's
a hit.
fantastic.
We freaking love you. Well, boys, I guess we got some snacks to eat.
Excellent. You know what? This
Where
is like the
Nestor's
appetizer
located again?
Is it 33rd?
Sure.
Still 33rd?
That sounds right.
They have a location on 8th Street now.
Oh, okay.
Cumberland and 8th.
Cumberland
This
8th
is
Street.
my
There you go.
appetizer tonight because you
That's
know
right.
what Wednesdays are at Barry's games.
Barry Knight.
Wiener Wednesday.
Oh, get out of
$2
here.
dogs
Wiener
all
Wednesday.
night long.
You gotta-
Cairns Field Next Gen Patch.
Do you got a wiener
on.
counter on the?
We do. I give Wiener updates throughout the game over
Just
the
like
over
the
PA
bigs.
system.
Is this a hot dog
I love that.
day? It's hot
Yeah,
dog day?
$2
Wiener
dogs
Wednesday.
all night long.
And they got a wiener counter.
Practice is on. Louis' practice is on. It's not a 10 plus. It's an 8 at the air quality. Just Andrew Slater sent a message saying air quality is forecast to be 8 at 6 p.m. this evening. In the forecast changes. If the forecast changes and the air quality becomes 10 plus, games must be canceled as per Baseball Saskatchewan. Coaches,
go.
please monitor and make the right call.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Smoky
The Berries
out there.
also sent out some. They've been sending out announcements about this. They're monitoring it, and we'll see what happens. Game time.
Let's spend the last couple minutes here getting set up for the game tonight. Tell us what's going on. Who are they playing? What's
Saskatoon
happening?
Berries playing Medicine Hat Mavericks. Beat them 7-1 last night.
Yeah.
Great all-around team effort, and Barry's best record in the WCBL right now, sitting at 8-2.
Hell yeah.
Perfect at home. Nope, they're perfect at home. Yeah. So I haven't seen a Berries loss this year.
That's amazing.
Any celebratory berry juice dumps
Haven't
during
seen any yet.
post game? No.
No, but that would be a good sticky idea.
Yeah.
They do send out a graphic before every game of who's the starting pitcher, but it's like a pitcher of berry
Oh,
juice.
I like that.
Oh yeah, Kool-Aid
Like that
pitcher.
one.
I saw that. That's
Yeah,
great.
I like
Yep.
that. You want to wake up, Frankie, and get us set to go here? Thank you very much.
7 p.m.
The great LB. 7
Cairns
p.m.
Field,
First
Next
pitch.
Gen Patch. Come check it out.
Go Berries, go.
Go Berries, go.
The voice of the Berries, the great Simon Hyatt. Thank you so much for making it again, my friend.
Absolutely.
Always appreciate it. Coach Comatoo, so nice to see you. Thank you so
You're
much.
a game in tonight. No, it's practice.
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 How's
sliding,
this-
hey,
how's this
sliding
feeling?
practice. The brain is tender, but not a huge bump, a little bit soft.
More interior.
Yeah, no blood out the ears, so we're good so
I like
far.
that. What goes on in sliding practice? Teach them which way to slide? How to do
So
it? Pop up?
with the older boys, I did a sliding practice in the outfield, just teaching them to get their core going, being the sitting position and then pushing up and trying to pop up, which they can use in the outfield or while they're sliding into second. They don't always have to do a head first slide. They can do a little hop slide. Today we're trying with the 11Us and we're getting some cardboard out just so that they're not as nervous and they slide a little bit easier and have some fun. So
Like
that's
how
what
we
we're
used to,
doing
like
today.
how we used to break dance back in the day. Yeah.
Tape them together, duct
go.
tape,
Yep.
boom box on the shoulder.
Over at Manier's house, I'm with you.
Electric Boogaloo.
Maestro Fresh West.
I interviewed Maestro Fresh West.
Let your
It was
backbone.
super
What?
nice. Let your backbone slide. Let it slip.
Coach number one,
Kids of all
thank you
ages.
for hanging out and giving us some time while you're on the road. All the best with your big meetings and your conversations and all the other things you got going on. And we always appreciate you giving us some time. We love you. You're amazing. And keep up the great work. To Big B, thank you for bringing in some Nesters, buddy. We're going to crush that. Looking very forward to it. Thank you to Nesters for creating an incredible bakery.
Yeah.
Now at, what did you say, 8th Street and Circle? 8th Street and Clarence.
8th
Ooh,
Street and
nice.
Circle. Does
There
that
you are.
exist? Oh yeah, it does. I guess.
Wow.
You know what? Albert Avenue. What a great road.
So wide.
Very wide.
It is.
Lansdowne and Albert, man. I've been
Yeah.
living right close to those streets like last.
So wide.
Amazing. I
was
love
getting
all
there.
that room.
And
So
you know
much
what?
room.
We should have a damn night in the little emergency water
Yeah,
bowl
you know
by
what?
Lake
I used to
Lethe.
take my Maggie for runs around there. all the
Yeah,
time.
we
It
should
was
go
so
hang
nice.
out in that bowl.
Is it-
Seems cool.
It's nice.
Like to.
Do they
it's
do
just
stuff
kind
in
of
there?
a park.
Yeah, like there's not.
I've got one by my house.
Okay, That's to catch all the water.
Just don't go in there when it's flooded.
That's right.
No, you go for a
All
swim.
right, we got to go. Remember, karma's very, very, very real. Do good things, they'll start happening to you. We love you so much. Have a great night. Go Barry.
Go Bears, go!